KJFM Radio, Eagle 102. Area high school softball is on the air. Every week, Eagle 102 brings you the best of area high school sports. On air at 102.1, online at KJFMradio.com, and on the KJFM Radio app. Now to the diamond for high school softball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
And good afternoon and welcome to Bowling Green High School. Mark Frontick, Jim Ross with you this afternoon for an EMO conference matchup as the Mark Twain Tigers come in to visit the Bowling Green LadyCats, and a little bit of a different start to the season for Bowling Green. They're out 0-5. This is their third game this week, so they've been busy. You know, we're kind of used to maybe a little slow start. You usually start in that Troy tournament, but that got canceled. So a lot of changes, and do you feel we're at a new phase of Bowling Green softball?
Well, possibly, but even though they didn't play in the Troy tournament, their early schedule wasn't exactly chopped liver. You know, they played Highland, who's the number one ranked team in the state, who they beat in the sectional game last year up at South Shelby.
And that was a 4-2 ball game,
right,
so it was a close game.
Right, and then Mexico, Ellsbury, Canton, all quality teams. And then Louisiana, who's up and coming, kind of trying to turn the corner over the other side of the county. So, they've had a tough schedule.
It doesn't get any easier next week either. Hannibal and Montgomery County to start things off.
Yeah, Montgomery County's playing very well here in the early part of the year too. So, the challenges. And tonight's not going to be anything to sneeze at because Mark Twain's 4-4, and you know, the last couple of years they've only won single-digit games in the season, so they've got things going in a different direction as well. And so, I'm sure that they're wanting a piece of Bowling Green, because if you look at the history of this matchup, Bowling Green's 13-2 over the last 10 or 12 years, and so Mark Twain's chomping at the bit to get a piece of Bowling Green.
Their most recent Mark Twain's outing was on Tuesday, an 8-1 loss at Montgomery County, and that's a respectable score at Montgomery County. They play very well at home. Yeah,
they've are 2-3 in their last 5, so they're not exactly coming in smoking hot. But
how about 2-1 in their last 3?
There you go. There's always ways to twist those stats.
Exactly.
Bowling Green's last game, of course, was last night. As Mark mentioned, they played. This is their third game this week. They fell to Canton at Canton last night, 8-3. Another quality team. So, you know, Bowling Green's adjusting a little bit. You know, they lost their all-state pitcher, although Sid has got to throw quite a bit last year. But even with that, it's an adjustment. It's an adjustment.
New coach, a lot of new turnover in their lineup. Right. Yeah. You're going to see some growing pains from Bowling Green, and hopefully they can get it straightened out by the time we get to the district tournament. So that's an overview of this one. We'll start the pregame show after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Pike County Title Company, Ambassador Plumbing Incorporated, and Lynn's Heritage House.
The Eagle 102 Sports pregame show is coming up on KJFM Radio.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids. But with an active lifestyle of sports comes health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at PCMH, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green Clopton and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Eric Schaefer, certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Ask me, Ashley Jenkins, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor. State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicky Cadwalder Real Estate, and Pepsi.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 Sports pregame show on KJFM Radio.
And welcome back to Bowling Green High School, 0-5 Bowling Green. 4-4, Mark Twain getting ready to do battle here. And, Jim, it looks like they're already exchanging lineup cards. So we might have a little bit of an early start. I don't know.
Oh, you just cursed us. They'll do the national anthem and the starting lineups and all that. Yeah, no way, no way. But back to what we were talking about before the break, you know, as good as Bowling Green was last year, and we know they were one of the best teams in the state, they only beat Mark Twain 5-4. Mm-hmm. So Mark Twain comes in with a little bit of confidence, knowing that they can play with Bowling Green, and you know, records can be deceiving, as you just mentioned. But you know, I think they've got a chance to win this softball game, as they should. And we'll see how it plays out.
And they got to come in with a little confidence, maybe a little chip on their shoulder. I mean, they haven't beat Bowling Green in a while. Neither had Louisiana. I think it had been, 20 years or so since Louisiana had beat Bowling Green, and they got it done. So, you know, when you're trying to figure out things after a long run, that's when teams come in just hungry and humble you a little bit.
Well, and Bowling Green needs a win. You know, I don't sell them short. When we get to the middle of October, don't be surprised if they're right there. But they've got to get a win under their belt, and then all of a sudden that confidence will start to build, and positive things will start to happen for the team.
That's an overview. This one, we'll have the keys to the game for you after this on the Eagle 102 pregame show.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, La Crosse Lumber Company, and Sudsy Tub.
The Eagle 102 Sports keys to the game are right around the corner. Brought to you by Vicky Cadwalder Real Estate.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicky Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicky Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Ackles Farm Market has locally produced beef, pork, and honey. Stop in for your farm fresh cut ribeye, New York strip, sirloin steaks, fillets, stew meat, ribs, ground beef, snack sticks, and all beef hot dogs. While there, stock up on homegrown fruits and vegetables as well. Open every day, 9 to 7. Ackles Farm Market, just off Highway 54 between Louisiana and Pittsfield.
Follow Area High School Sports on KJFM Radio, brought to you by One Multi-Sports Complex, Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Sheila Clucky, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports keys to the game on KJFM. Sponsored by Vicky Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
Keys to the game. You mentioned that Bowling Green needs a win. They can't go in with the mentality that it's a must-win, though.
No. So far this year, they've been scoring runs. They're averaging 8.9 runs a game. The problem is they're giving up 7.3. So I don't know if it's errors or we weren't able to get any statistics to give us the insight to that number. But given in fast-pitch softball, when you're giving up 7.3 a game, that's a lot. On the flip side, Mark Twain's 4-4, but they're only averaging 2.4 runs a game. They're giving up 8.6. So the opportunity for Bowling Green to score today is going to be there. The question is, can they play clean, and can they get some key hits and score the runs they need to score to win this game?
So what you're saying is Mark Twain knows how to win a close game.
Right.
They know how to scratch across a win, but they got to keep the runs down in the games that they don't win.
And they've got a young team. Mark Twain does. Their only senior in the starting lineups, their pitcher, and so she's got some experience. So we'll see how it goes.
They've got the national anthem coming up. We've got the starting lineups coming up after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Mike Henry Excavating, Pogue Chevy Buick in Hannibal, and Service and Supply Co-op.
The Eagle 102 Sports starting lineups are coming up. Brought to you by Community State Banks of Missouri.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats is your first stop when stocking your freezer. Brown's has frozen chicken, steaks, brats, and burgers ready to go. For wholesale and custom butchering, Brown's is your first call. It's where quality meets service. Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats. For your meat processing, smokehouse meats, and homemade sausage. Just off Highway 61 in Silex.
Geared Up, just off the square in Pittsfield, is your first stop for screen printing and embroidery. The folks at Geared Up take pride in making their communities and schools look great while offering the best prices around. If you're looking to expand your wardrobe or maybe a gift is on the list, stop by their store and check out numerous items in stock. When you're looking for custom apparel and awards for your business, organization, or team, stop by Geared Up, 211 South Madison in Pittsfield.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
The Eagle 102 Sports starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Banks of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
And your starting lineups, first for the visiting Mark Twain Tigers. They're coached by Carl Asbury, and they'll send out the shortstop to lead things off, number 3, Ella Moss. Second baseman bats second, number 4, Jenna Ross. Pitcher in the 3 spot, number 18, Bronwyn Harding. Then the third baseman in the cleanup spot, number 7, Lila Tischer. The right fielder bats fifth, number 11, Maylee Bowling. Then the catcher, number 19, Lauren Haley Clark. Left fielder in the 7th spot, number 2, Amaris Melvin. Then the first baseman, number 26, Adeline Means. And rounding out the order is the center fielder, number 27, Emberly Lane. For the Bowling Green LadyCats, Coach Matt Jane will also start with the shortstop, number 6, Olivia Dawson. Then the catcher, number 2, Carly Dean. Second baseman bats third, number 8, Sadie Barnes. Then the third baseman in the cleanup spot, number 30, Reagan Jennings. Pitcher bats fifth, number 7, Sydney Charlton. Then the right fielder, number 0, Allie Hustedy. Then the first baseman, number 23, Sarah Reed. Left fielder bats eighth, number 3, Hayden Chandler. And then the center fielder rounds out the starting lineup, number 10, Brooke Hickerson. So again, it's Moss, Ross, Harding, Tischer, Bowling, Haley Clark, Melvin, Means, and Lynn. And for Bowling Green, Dawson, Dean, Barnes, Jennings, Charlton, Hustedy, Reed, Chandler, and Hickerson. And the first pitch is in for a strike, and we are underway here at Bowling Green 3 minutes early.
4:57, you're right.
This one up the middle, off the bag, and into center field, a base hit for Ella Moss, and the leadoff batter is on.
Well, that's what Mark Twain wants to get started, get some runners on base, and see if they can do some damage early. You've got a team that their confidence has got to be down a little bit in Bowling Green, and if you can get on top, maybe you can just keep them right there.
Runner goes, throw down is in front of the bag, and a stolen base. Pitch, I believe, was a ball.
Squared around and faked the bunt. Tried to create some problems for catcher Dean, and good throw, but just a tiny bit late.
1-0 count. And a runner in scoring position, showing bunt again, pulls back and takes a strike to even things up at 1-1.
Nice little curveball on the outside, backdoor curveball right there by Charlton.
Moss on second, Ross at the plate. The next on its way, and up high. Runner bluffed on second and back to the bag. Count goes to 2-1.
Well, Bowling Green needs to play clean and not give any free at bats. So hopefully Sid can throw strikes.
The 2-1 offering misses the outside corner, 3-1.
Just off the plate, Harding's on deck with Tischer in the hole.
Sydney Charlton needs a strike here on the 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Good fastball. Loads the count.
Actually, that was strike 3, I guess, huh?
Then that first one was a strike, and they put it on the board as a ball.
Strike swinging, actually. So, to strike out swinging, I should say. So, the first out brings Harding to the plate. And the first pitch is down in on the inside corner for a strike, I guess. They called it. Runner on second, 1 out. We're just underway here. Glad to have you with us.
Ooh, that hit her.
It did.
Boy, she was over that white line, not quite over the plate, and Ed comes out, makes sure she's okay.
Hit her in the hip. Probably not a good thing to hit your opposing pitcher, is it?
No.
It's not like baseball, though, is it?
That's true. And the first pitch is a ball to Tischer.
So Charlton working from behind here in the early going.
The 1-0. Up high and away. 2 balls, no strikes.
Rise ball way off the plate that time.
First and second, 1 out. That one fouled back off the screen. And the count goes to 2-1.
Looks like she's trying to work inside then outside, which isn't necessarily a bad plan. As long as you can throw strikes.
Yeah. The 2-1 pitch. Misses the inside corner, 3-1.
It's throwing hard, though. Got
Yes.
good velocity.
She'd like to get that inside corner.
Seems like everybody throws hard these days, doesn't it?
Yeah. That one fouled again, behind on it. Counts full.
Way behind. Tischer, just a freshman. Plays third base.
A lot of confidence in the freshman, batting her in the cleanup spot.
Right. The only freshman in the starting lineup for either club.
And just got a piece of that one. Put it off of Dean's mask, and it's still 3-2.
Need a pop-up or a strikeout here.
Charlton back in the center of the circle. Wines fires the 3-2 pitch. Again, gets a piece of it and keeps this at-bat alive. And that's why, as a freshman, she's in the starting lineup.
Make them throw pitches. You got to put the ball in play. As I like to say, move the softball somewhere, and sometimes good things happen.
Another 3-2 pitch. Fouled back to the screen.
Hanging in there.
8 pitches in this at-bat so far. Three and two. Runners at first and second, 1 out, and that one misses inside, and the bases are loaded.
First walk to go along with the hit batsman. And trouble brewing for the LadyCats.
And let's see how 5 through 9 does for Mark Twain.
Bowling, Haley, and Melvin. The next 3 hitters for Mark Twain.
That one up high, 1-0.
Working from behind once again. A rise ball out of the zone.
And that draws the infield into the center of the circle
Well,
to try and calm her down.
Yeah, senior Olivia Dawson called timeout and brought the troops in together. Have a little chat.
Sometimes as a pitcher, you just start working faster and faster. And that's a good move by the senior to just everyone take a breath.
Absolutely.
1-0 the count. Bases loaded, 1 out, no score. That one almost hit her.
Whew, it did.
2-0. I think that one would have hurt, too.
Yeah, Charlton not quite as sharp as you'd like here in this first inning.
Swing and a miss.
Sometimes it takes an inning to get your bearings out there on the mound.
2 balls and a strike.
They definitely need a strikeout or a pop-up with this batter with bases loaded.
That one called a strike, and it's 2-2. Changed speeds on her, didn't she?
Just a little bit, because that was right down the middle. You thought she'd have been ready to fire on that one.
You saw the knees drop for Bowling. And a 2-2. Called strike 3. Back-to-back strike, or called strikes.
Second strikeout of the inning for Charlton. Now she can get out of this mess if she can get past the catcher, Haley Clark.
Lauren Haley Clark, the batter.
Yeah, have to clarify that that's her last name, hyphenated.
That one taken inside.
Up and in.
1-0.
She looks down at Coach Asbury and kind of gives it a shrug. Asbury is coaching at third. Danny Wilson coaching over at first.
Swing and a miss. Kind of a three-quarter swing there.
Yeah, rise ball out of the zone. She, about halfway through her swing, she thought, oh, this is going to be a ball.
Couldn't hold up. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The 1-1. On the corner, strike 2.
So Charlton with a chance to get out of this jam in the first inning without any damage.
Mark Twain catcher ready, and that one check swing off the screen. Back into Dean's glove, and she tosses it back out to her pitcher.
Haley Clark with the Louisiana Lafayette batting mentality with the hands apart on the bat instead of together.
And another 1-2 pitch, taken up high, 2-2.
Off-speed pitch, tried to get that change up. Had her fooled, but it was too tall that time.
Big pitch here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And this one grounded through the second baseman and through both outfielders. 1 run comes in. There's another. And it's 2-0. And runners at the corners now with 2 outs and a 2 RBI hit for Lauren Haley Clark.
That ball was a bullet. Nice diving try by Barnes at second, but it got past her. And 2-run score, as you mentioned. So Mark Twain jumps out on top.
So Wilkinson will run for the catcher as Amaris Melvin digs in.
And what Bowling Green's got to fight is first get out of this inning.
Showing bunt, pulls back, takes the ball.
Runner goes to second on the defensive indifference. And it's second and third with 2 out.
Almost hit her. 2-0. 7th batter of the inning.
Melvin, just a sophomore.
And the 2-0 pitch. Get over a fastball. 2 balls and a strike.
Bobcats need to keep their heads up. Can't let this ruin their night.
Holds up. 3-1 on that high and away pitch.
A lot of softball to be played yet.
The 3-1 offering. And that is a walk to Melvin.
Second walk to go along with a hit batsman. And the bases are loaded again.
Adeline Means digs in.
Means the first baseman is a junior.
And she takes a strike. First pitch strike in a while. It's only happened 2 other times this inning.
Right.
0-1. Hit her. And that is the 3rd run. To be scored, second hit by pitch on a 1-0 count.
Well, I mentioned that Charlton didn't seem to have her best control right out of the gate today, and now Coach Matt Jane's going to make a trip to the mound to have a chat with his senior hurler.
Because now, even with 2 outs, you have a chance to really put a crooked number up.
Yeah, 3's bad enough, but you're down to the number 9 hitter. You got to make something happen with her. Most coaches with good softball teams, your 9 hitter is the mirror image of your 1 hitter, so usually a little speed. Not going to hit for a ton of power, and so we'll see if that's what Emmy Lane brings to the table. But Charlton, as we mentioned, she hadn't had the greatest control out of the gate here today with 2 walks, 2 hit batsmen. She's going to have to fine-tune it a little bit, and sooner the better.
And they're in at the corners.
2 outs in the inning.
And a strike called.
I think you just throw drop balls, pump hard drop balls right down the middle until they prove they can hit it.
0-1. That one toward the on-deck circle, and a nice little dance from Ella Moss.
Yeah, a little rise ball got into Lane's grill a little bit. She was able to fight it off, but the count is 0-2. Now Charlton needs to go to work on her.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3 off the corner. 3 strikeouts in the inning, but 2 hit batters, 2 walks, and a couple of hits in there as well, and it's 3-0. Mark Twain after a half inning. Bowling Green coming up on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Hayden's Motorsports, Geeky Hillbilly, and the Twin Pike Family YMCA.
Did you know you can earn money by harvesting wild plants? Hi, I'm Craig Barnes with Barnes Roots and Herbs. We're south of Eolia, and we buy wild harvested plant products like sassafras leaf, walnuts, golden seal, ginseng, and many more. For more information and a list of what we're buying, visit us on Facebook or you can call us at 636-205-4333. Barnes Roots and Herbs, 636-205-4333. Money does grow on trees.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
Set the defense for Mark Twain across the outfield. It's Samaris Melvin in left, Emberly Lane in center, Maylee Bowling is in right, Lila Tischer's the third baseman, Ella Moss at short, Jenna Ross at second base, and Adeline Means over at first. Lauren Haley Clark behind the plate, and Bronwyn Harding taking her warm-up tosses ahead of this bottom of the first inning. A 3-0 lead for the Tigers. Pair of hits.
A bizarre line.
Yeah.
A pair of hits. Strike out the side. Charlton strikes out the side. However, 2 walks, 2 hit batsmen, 2 hits, and that manufactured into 3 runs for Mark Twain. Now, Bowling Green's got to fight it becomes psychological for them right now. They got to fight the thought process of, oh, here we go again. You know, step into the plate, do what you know how to do, and get those runs back right now.
37 pitches from Sydney Charlton in that top of the first.
That's a bunch. Dawson with great speed. We'll see if she can get things rolling for the LadyCats.
And the first pitch to her. Didn't pull the trigger, and it drops out of the zone for ball 1.
Bronwyn Harding is the senior, the pitcher. Not a ton of speed with her. Looks like she throws a moving ball. The second pitch is outside for ball 2, however.
2-0 the count to Liv Dawson. That one up and in, 3-0. Looked like she was showing bunt, pulled back as that one rose up toward her face mask.
Both of the corners are aware of her speed. They're trying to squeeze off the bunt.
The 3-0 pitch, and that is a strike called.
Dawson showing that she may want to slap.
Which has kind of made a comeback the last season or two, and that's a swing and a miss or a foul tip, 3-2.
Yeah, you got to, especially in the college game, you got away from it a little bit because they wanted to bop the ball.
That one inside and leadoff walk, and she rounds, will not go to second.
Dawson will take a walk. That'll bring up number 2.
So Carly Dean digs in. Doing the catching this season. Where's number 2? Looks down to Coach Matt Jane. And now ties her shoe.
Well, you got to be smart on the bases. Dawson's quick. We'll see if they want to press the issue down 3 runs or not with her speed.
Pulls back a bunt. Runner was going, and a head-first slide. Ball got away from Moss, but not far enough for Dawson to advance any further. So a stolen base. And the pitch was a ball.
Without hesitation, I might add.
This one hit toward the gap. Running on it and making a catch out there in right field. Maylee Bowling got a great jump on it, and they double her off second.
What a catch by Bowling. Backhanded in the gap on the run and is able to double off Dawson as she thought it was going to drop.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of stuff that happens when you're in a losing streak. This one grounded to the second baseman, Ross Tamines, and Bowling Green retired. Not a 1-2-3 inning, but retired in 3 batters thanks to that great play in right field by Maley Bowling, going into the gap and throwing out Dawson, returning to second base. One inning in the books, and the Tigers lead Bowling Green 3-0 on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Pike County Title Company, Ambassador Plumbing Incorporated, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
State Farm in Pittsfield understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance and financial service needs. Call, email, text, or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsfield, a family-oriented office, is located at 311 Half West Washington Street in Pittsfield, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Noah Builders, Castile's Color Wheel, Eagles Nest Inn, and People's Savings Bank.
Set the defense for Bowling Green. Hayden Chandler is in left, Brooke Hickerson in center. Allie Hustedy is in right. Reagan Jennings, the third baseman. Olivia Dawson at short. Sadie Barnes at second base. Sarah Reed at first. And Carly Dean behind the plate. Sid Charlton back for her second inning of work after a rough first inning where she threw 37 pitches, walked 2, hit 2, and gave up 2 hits, but struck out the side.
Well, let's see if she can get back on her game. Back to the top of the order. Moss, Ross, and Harding for the Tigers.
And the first pitch is swung on and missed.
Moss hit the first pitch of the game straight up the middle for a base hit back in the first.
And the 0-1 on its way. Taken up high, ball and a strike.
You called it right. When things aren't going your way, that line drive into the right center, it gets hit. If things are going your way, that's in the gap and the run scores. Snake bit is the word that comes to mind.
Called strike as that one dropped in.
Really nice change up by Charlton that time.
1-2 the count. And the next, outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Hasn't been able to get that rise ball down into the zone at all so far.
The 2-2 pitch. And that one didn't drop in. Started out a bit high.
Another change up.
And the count goes full. Three-two pitch. And that is called strike 3. Good pitch on the inside corner, and she got the call.
Second batter she's got the call on the inside corner. Strikeout number 4 in the ball game for Sydney.
3 of those looking.
Yeah.
Bring in Ross. Batting from the left-hand side, Jenna Will.
She struck out in the first.
Offers with a bunt on a high pitch, 0-1. She was stabbing at the ball there.
Yeah.
0-1. This one is bunted. It hit the bat. Throw down is in time. Goes, 2-4 on the put out?
2-4, yeah. Good play by Dean. As you mentioned, the ball just went about a foot in front of the plate. May have hit the bat. I think if it hits the bat, it's foul, but
it was definitely around the bat.
It was certainly close. It was certainly close.
Dean had to deal with the bat to set herself and throw. This one popped up mile high. Shortstop wants it, Dawson camping and makes the catch. A 1-2-3 inning. That is a good comeback for Sydney Charlton and the Lady Cats. They can get right back to work, still trailing Mark Twain 3-0 after an inning and a half on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, La Crosse Lumber Company, and Sudsy Tub. Seize the summer with hot savings on versatile New Holland mid-range tractors from Bowling Green Tractor. Choose 0% financing for 72 months or get up to $10,000 in cash back. Pick the deal that's right for you. As icing on the cake, you'll pay no money down with nothing due until 2025 with either offer. This summer's hottest deals on utility tractors are available now at Bowling Green Tractor. Stop in for all the details. Offer ends September 13th. For commercial use only. Customer participation is subject to credit qualification and CNH Industrial Capital America LLC approval. Standard terms, conditions, and other restrictions apply. Down payment may be required.
The best coverage of area high school sports is on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Ackles Farm Market, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
It'll be Jennings, Charlton, and Hustedy for Bowling Green. If anyone gets on, Reed will bat here in the bottom of the second. Bowling Green trailing Mark Twain 3-0 here at home.
See if they can get something going here in the second.
Swing and a miss from the cleanup hitter for the LadyCats.
Out of the zone. You got to kind of understand where the strike zone is. That'll help your chances a bunch.
I like those pink and yellow batting gloves.
Yeah.
This one is lifted on the infield. Third baseman wants it. And Tischer makes the one-handed grab.
She did. Don't see that very often.
It didn't want to stay in there either.
Kind of a stab, if you will.
And that's the first out.
We didn't mention both teams rocking the New York Yankees pinstripes. Bowling Green in their black with red pinstripes. Mark Twain in their blue with white pinstripes.
And that one is a ball. If a blue uniform with pinstripes, wouldn't that be Mets?
It would be.
But they're not orange pinstripes, I guess.
Right.
As Charlton fouls that one out of play, evens the count of 1-1.
Everybody recognizes the pinstripes as the Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter who's come since with pinstripes.
And with the City Connect, you got all sorts of pinstripes.
Right.
That one outside 2-1. Looks like she's being a little careful here with Sydney.
City Connect. City has hit the skids this year, haven't they? The soccer team?
Oh, St. Louis City.
St. Louis City, SC, whatever they call themselves.
Yeah.
After one at Clopton, Ellsbury leads Clopton 5-0.
That one fouled out of play, and the count goes to 3-2. Well, you got City Connect in baseball, the alternate jersey program.
Right.
Let's see if Sydney can connect here on 3-2.
That would be good. Well played.
That's up to her. Yep, she'll take a walk. As that one bounced inside, she'll make the turn and stay at first.
Lead base runner, second walk of the game for Harding.
I like the Cardinals City Connect. I'm not a big fan of the hat, but the jersey itself, the blue.
I would agree.
Yeah.
The jersey looks pretty awesome.
I liked
but it's not pinstriped.
It sort of is. This one bunted. Oh, a little trouble with it at third base, and everyone's going to be safe, and now the ball thrown away, and Bowling Green's going to get on the board here. Around third, and in to score is Charlton, and all the way over to third on a double error on the third baseman is Hustedy.
Yeah, that one bobbled and then thrown away. So you're right, a run scores on the air, and Hustedy ends up all the way over at third. And as we mentioned, you got to play clean.
Mm-hmm. This one's grounded to the shortstop. Run will come across. Productive out.
Reed picks up an RBI.
And it's 3-2. So all of a sudden we got a one-run ball game. 6-3 on the putout. So the two errors on that bunt really hurt Mark Twain as that one's called a strike.
Hayden Chandler at the dish, the left fielder today.
2 outs, base is empty, one-run ball game. Chandler fouls that one back to the screen, 0-2. Like she was pretty close to putting that one into center field.
She had a good hack at that, didn't she?
0-2 pitch. Yeah, I would change speeds too there on 0-2. Misses. And it's a ball and 2 strikes.
All speed rise ball out of the zone on 0-2, trying to get her to chase.
The next from Harding. This one hit to the second baseman and eats her up. Took an odd hop, had a lot of English on it, and skips into right field. It's a 2-out hit.
Generous home scorer, Mark Froenig.
I don't know if she actually touched it.
Oh, she got it backhanded. Tried to backhand it. She had time to go over and get in front of it. She tried to backhand it on one knee, and it hopped up on her at the last minute.
Let's see if they run here with 2 outs. Pulls back a bunt. Runner goes. Throw is up the line, and they got her.
They did.
It was to the first base side of second, which she slid right into the tag. Caught stealing. Inning comes to an end. Tigers still lead after 2 full innings. Bowling Green 3-2 on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Mike Henry Excavating, Pogue Chevy Buick in Hannibal, and Service and Supply Co-op.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Pepsi Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products found in the local concession stands, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. If you are wanting something other than soda, enjoy Bubbler, Clarbrun Water, Lipton Teas, Gatorade, and more. Pepsi Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Geared Up, Community State Bank of Missouri, and Barnes Roots and Herbs.
New ball game 3-2, our score after 2 innings. Mark Twain leading Bowling Green. The Tigers with 3 in the first. Bowling Green 2 in the second.
Couple of runs on no hits, and then they tacked on a hit at the end, and then lost that base runner to a thrown out stealing.
So Tisher leads things off, 4, 5, and 6. Tisher, Bowling, Haley Clark.
She walked her first time up in the first.
Takes the ball to start her second at bat. Bounce back inning last inning, just 9 pitches, 46, now 47 for Charlton. And, ooh.
The old changeup got her.
Yeah, about spun her into the ground, 1-1 the count.
Perfect night for softball, though, isn't it, man? A little overcast, light breeze, about 80 degrees.
I mean, this isn't Mandela effect, but didn't the flags used to be in dead center field?
I thought they were too, because when they did the national anthem, I was looking out in center, like, well, where'd they go?
They've moved them next to the scoreboard.
Or maybe we're just getting old and can't remember.
Right? 3-1 as that one misses.
It is still in center field on the baseball field.
Yes, it is.
See that.
The 3-1 pitch misses. And a leadoff walk.
Walk number 3 for Charlton.
2 of those to Tisher. That'll bring in Bowling, who struck out her first time up.
Bud made a run-saving catch back in the first.
Absolutely. Misses with a bunt attempt. Runner didn't go.
Looks like Mark Twain, a lot of them want to play small ball and just get it in play, which would indicate that they haven't hit that well this year, as their 2.4 runs per game might indicate.
Yeah, they're right at their average.
So you put it in play and see what happens.
Bunted foul, 0-2.
Run on first. Nobody out here in the top of the third.
This one waited on it, and this will bounce to the second baseman. Out at second. Goes 4-6 on the putout. Fielder's choice.
Next up, number 19, Lauren Haley.
One of those jam shots that just barely got over the pitcher's head. Sometimes that can be trouble. It is trouble if it gets in the triangle between the second baseman, the shortstop, and the pitcher, but Barnes able to come in and make a play.
And a ball, I think Dean popping out from behind the plate may have lost her pitcher a call there.
Yeah, I don't know if Bowling's got a great deal of speed or not. She's lanky.
There's a strike called. 1-1.
Haley Clark singled with a line drive and drove in the 2 runs for Mark Twain back in the first.
Outside. 2 balls and a strike. Interesting approach. She's not an extremely tall player, but she's all the way back to the back and to the far side of the batter's box as this one's put in play down the line and foul.
About 10 feet from being in trouble.
I think that probably would have scored Bowling.
Yeah, she's about as far away from the plate as you can get.
Yeah.
So that would tell you she dives into the pitch.
And she has her toes inside the line on her front foot. That one's up high. Count full.
The batter's box on the right-handed side is just about a thing of the past.
3-2. And she walked her. And we'll get a courtesy runner for the catcher most likely.
Second walk in the inning for Charlton. 4th in the game.
Number 17, Jordan Wilkinson, will come in to run for the catcher.
This is what got her in trouble back in the first.
Mm-hmm.
Couple walks and couple of hit batters. Melvin, a recipient of one of those walks, actually.
And she takes a strike to start her second at bat.
1 out in the inning, first and second for the Tigers.
This one popped up on the infield. Charlton wants it, and Sydney makes the catch. It's exactly what she needed.
Absolutely. Out number 2.
First and second now with 2 outs, and that brings in Means.
She was hit by a pitch in the first.
Swing and a miss. On the first to Means. Head coach Carl Asbury's in the third base box. Dan Wilson, the first base coach. Pulls back, and that runner goes, and they got her at third. Great throw from Dean behind the plate, and a caught stealing of Bowling ends the inning.
The old fake bunt steal, but what that's designed to do, well, we'll talk about that after the break.
We played.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Hayden's Motorsports, Geeky Hillbilly, and the Twin Pike Family YMCA.
One multi-sports complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One multi-sports complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, and Pepsi.
Hickerson will lead things off for Bowling Green, 9-1 and 2 as Bowling Green finally gets around the order. It's still a 3-2 ball game and a swing and a miss.
As I was about to say, it's designed to bring the third baseman in and make the shortstop cover, but Bowling Green's third baseman just stayed home, and they threw that base runner out easily for the third out of the inning.
I know in baseball they say you don't want to run into the first or the third out.
That's pretty much the cardinal rule in any bat and ball sport.
1-1 the count. Gets the bunt down, back to the pitcher. Throw is high, but they get Hickerson by a step.
1-4 on the put out.
And we go back to the top of the order.
Number 6, Olivia Dawson.
Dawson has been on base. Was doubled off second base on that lineup line out to the gap. Bowling made a good play, and this one hit to Bowling. She runs in and makes the catch. She covers a lot of ground quick.
She does.
So quickly 2 outs.
Number 2, Carly Dean.
That'll bring in Carly Dean.
Dean hit that line drive into right center that Bowling made the great backhanded catch on the run and doubled off Dawson back in the first.
How about you try the left fielder? And there's a strike called.
Well, I like the fact that, Harding's doesn't throw hard as Charlton does, and they're letting the ball travel and hitting it into the right center. So that's a good sign.
That one outside, ball and a strike. 2 outs, bases empty, 1-run ball game. Bowling Green trailing. This one hit in the air into short left field. Shortstop out, and making the grab is Moss for the 3rd out. So Bowling Green goes quietly in the bottom of the 3rd. We head to the 4th. Tigers lead 3-2 on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Pike County Title Company, Ambassador Plumbing Incorporated, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Hi, this is Shelley Clucky with Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We appreciate the value of working hard and making sure you've taken steps to make sure you're prepared for whatever comes your direction. Best wishes to all of our area athletes for another amazing season from myself and Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the Square in Bowling Green.
Discover Gambino's Eatery in Louisiana, open Wednesday through Sunday, with our lunch options until 4 p.m., including tenderloin, burgers, wrap options, and salads. Enjoy dinner favorites like the make-your-own pasta dish, lasagna, and red wine pot roast from 4 p.m. to close. We offer more than just pizza and Italian. There's something for everyone. When the weather is nice, dine on our beautiful patio. Now open Sundays from 11 to 2. Join us at Gambino's on 3rd and Georgia in Louisiana.
If it's not on the menu, we don't talk about it.
Follow Area High School Sports on KJFM Radio, brought to you by One Multi-Sports Complex. Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Sheila Clucky, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
Throw goes down. It'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Means who was up when the steal attempt, the caught stealing happened to end the last inning. Then Lane and back for Moss, and Jim Ross will tell you about the 4th, 5th, and 6th.
We roll into the 4th, as Mark mentioned, 3-2. Mark Twain on top, 3 in the first for them. Bowling Green comes back with 2 in the second. And Means will lead it off. She's the first baseman, a junior, and she was hit by a pitch way back in the first inning. Lines the first pitch into center, and it's going to be caught on a looping, actually not a liner, looping liner. A nice running backhanded catch by Dawson for the first out.
Yeah, over the shoulder, moving out towards center field. Not left center, but actual center field, and made that catch over her shoulder.
Yeah, when that ball was hit, I thought it was going to go a little further than it did, but nice play by Dawson. In steps Emmy Lane, the number 9 hitter. She struck out looking, and she fakes a bunt, or tries to bunt, and is called for a strike. She bats from the left side, and as I mentioned, struck out looking in the first. Moss and Ross to follow for the Tigers. Next pitch is fouled down the third baseline, and Coach Asbury makes a nice one-handed grab.
Almost seemed like she was trying to punch that first one past the third baseman. This one more of a classic slap bunt, but it's 0-2.
And a curveball, backdoor curveball, just off the outside part of the plate, makes it 1-2. We'll see if Charlton wants to go up in her eyes this time.
Dean tried to frame that one, couldn't get the call.
Yes, she did. Next pitch is a changeup and a check swing grounder to the first baseman. That's Reed. She'll pick it up and tag her unassisted for out number 2. Amberly
Lane came up there with the forearms up. Made that a little more of a collision than we thought it would be.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of an uneventful play, it looked like, right?
Reed held her ground.
So in steps Ella Moss. She's the leadoff hitter. She singled the first pitch of the game up the middle and then struck out looking in the second. And takes the first pitch this trip to the plate for a strike. 2 outs in the inning. 3-2 our score. Mark Twain on top.
started her with the changeup that time.
Yeah. Well, the key is there's a line drive in between the first baseman and the second baseman by Moss for her second hit of the game. I was about to say Charlton's working ahead the last couple of innings and got ahead that time, but Moss with her second hard hit ball in the game. And we'll see if she wants to run with 2 outs as Jenna Ross steps in. The lefty has struck out and thrown out bunting.
Ooh.
And a wild pitch goes back to the screen, and Moss goes to second. Everybody was moving that time as Ross, I should say, squared around. But the pitch was a jump shot about 10 feet up on the screen. The next pitch is bunted. Charlton will field it. She'll throw to first, bang, bang, play at first, and she's out. And that'll do it for the top of the 4th inning. No runs, a hit, a runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Bowling Green still trails 3-2.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, La Crosse Lumber Company, and Sudsy Tub.
At Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green, we're not only helping kids grow stronger, we're helping grow a stronger community for the future. Pediatrician Dr. Barbara White provides the specialized care your child needs from birth through college, right here at home. From routine checkups to immunizations, we're equipped to handle all of your child's health needs. To schedule an appointment, just call 573-324-2241. Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
In the 3rd inning, Ellsbury still leads Clopton 5-0 in another EMO conference matchup. Here it's 3-2 Mark Twain and Barnes, Jennings, and Charlton. We'll see if they can change that here for the LadyCats in the bottom of the 4th inning.
I just got a fright, and so did our viewers on our website of the video feed of this one. A wasp just landed on the camera.
That's not good because
Got
I'm
me.
allergic to wasps. I'll be running from them.
Well, I won't tell you next time then.
First pitch is high and a ball. The second pitch is bunted straight back to the pitcher, fielded by Harding and over to first for the out, first out of the inning. Good bunt, just the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't need any wasp action up here.
I got one trapped under this can of glass cleaner.
I don't look fast, but you get a wasp after me, I'll show you some speed. First pitch to Jennings is up and away on a rise ball way out of the zone. And it's 1-0. Jennings popped up to the shortstop on a play in short left back in the second inning, I should say. Next pitch is up and away as well, and it's 2-0. Charlton to follow. Husteady, if anybody can get on for the LadyCats. A line drive, base hit up the middle that time by Jennings. She reached and hit one up in her eyes, right up the gut.
Got a good pitch, 2-0, just took it right back past the pitcher Harding for her first hit of the game.
Hard hit ball, just the second hit of the game for Bowling Green.
Yep.
And in steps Charlton. She walked back in the second. And the first pitch is high for ball 1. 3-2 the score. Mark Twain on top. Again, they scored 3 in the first. Bowling Green answered with 2 in the bottom of the second. There's been nothing doing ever since. Charlton fouls the next pitch back over to the baseball field. Evens the count at 1-1.
I think she was looking for something else there because she dipped oddly, and that's where you get the foul ball. It looked like she tried to make an adjustment mid-swing.
Next pitch, fouled straight back towards us. And the guys cooking the food may have caught that one. And it's 1-2. You just don't see much zone hitting like I was taught when I played fast pitch and I taught my daughter. They just don't play the count like they used to. The next pitch is 2-2 as a ball and makes it 2-2. And out in the inning, Jennings still at first for the LadyCats.
Set up outside.
And a changeup way off the mark. Makes it a full count at 3-2. Well, they want to get Jennings on the move here on a 3-2 count. We'll see what Coach Jane says about that. She does not run, and it's ball 4 up and away. So a little something brewing for the Lady Cats.
Tying run in scoring position. Go ahead run on base.
Third walk of the game for Harding of Mark Twain.
Husted's the one that bunted.
And she's going to bunt it again. This was fouled back. Yeah, she bunted it to the third baseman, and third baseman bobbled it, then threw it into right field, which created
the first run.
The first run, yeah.
And then she came around to make it 3-2. That's what we got right now.
So a little something cooking here for the Lady Cats here in the fourth. The next pitch to Husted is a squiver off the end of the bat at the second baseman. She'll make the play for the second out. The runners will advance to second and third, and it'll be up to Sarah Reed. She grounded to short and drove in one of the 2 runs for Bowling Green, the only RBI in the game so far. Let's see if she can square this one up. First pitch is away for a ball. She actually hit the ball pretty hard to the shortstop. Back in the second. And she's ahead in the count 1-0. Harding with the next one. Line drive over the second baseman's head out to Bowling. They will not, well, they are going to try and throw Charlton out on the cutoff. She'll score. Now going to second is Husted on the throw. So a lot of action going on during all that. And just like that, a 2 RBI single for Sarah Reed. She's got 3 RBIs, and Bowling Green's on top. 4-3.
First lead for Bowling Green tonight.
2 outs in the inning. Chandler into the dish. As Reed went to second on the throw to the plate. And the first pitch is a ball. Next pitch from Harding. The right-hander right down central. Evens the count of 1-1. So this will give the Bobcats, Lady Cats some confidence, we would hope. As the next pitch is inside for ball 2, makes it 2-1. 2 outs in the inning. 4-3 our score. 2 runs across for Bowling Green here in the bottom of the fourth. The 2-1 pitch. Flown to right field. Bowling comes in on the run. She's going to let it drop in front of her, and in comes the runner Reed for the Bobcats, making it 5-3. And I don't know what Bowling saw or didn't see there.
She was covering so much ground earlier. Maybe just got a little confused. That one got a little higher up in the air. She's good with the line drives.
Yeah, I thought that was high enough to be caught, and she pulled up and let it drop. So another run scores, making it 5-3. The first pitch to Hickerson is a strike, as she grounded back to the pitcher back in the third inning to lead off the third. Swung on and missed on the next pitch, and it's 0-2. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. Bowling Green will take it. They're up by 2.
Next pitch swung and hit into left field. In comes the left fielder, Melvin, and she makes the catch for the third out of the inning. So a productive inning for the Bobcats as they score 3, and they take the lead 5-3 as we head to the 5th inning on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Mike Henry Excavating, Pogue Chevy Buick in Hannibal, and Service and Supply Co-op.
Everyone needs help with something at some point in their life. This is Tracy B. with PCHD, and I am here to remind you that we have certified community health workers staffed at our office that offer assistance for free to those who need help navigating local resources and more. Please don't hesitate to call 573-324-2111 to learn more, or visit our website at pikecountyhealth.org.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Hayden's Motorsports, Geeky Hillbilly, and the Twin Pike Family YMCA.
3 runs on 3 hits for Bowling Green, and they've taken a 5-3 lead as we head to the top of the 5th. And now let's see if Bowling Green can regenerate some of that confidence and Charlton shut things down here and then get their first win of the season.
Well, she's kind of shut it down already. That 3-run first inning, she threw 37 pitches. She's up to 71 now through 4 innings, while Bronwyn Harding started with a 9-pitch inning and is up to 51, including 22 last inning.
And she's had a 1-2-3 inning in the second, and had a couple of walks and a little problem in the third, but didn't give up any runs. And a 4-batter inning in the 4th. So let's see what she can do here in the 5th as the first pitch is swung and missed by her counterpart Harding. Harding was hit by a pitch and flew out to the shortstop on a major league pop-up back in the second.
That first swing looked like she was trying to hit a 3-run home run with the bases empty.
And Charlton with the drop ball, swing and miss, and it's 0-2 on Harding. I just, it's not as hard as some people make it. Her drop ball is pretty awesome, and she's throwing it for a strike. Keep pounding it as the rise ball's high for ball 1. Keep pounding it until they prove they can hit it.
Yeah.
That obviously is a waste pitch on 0-2, so let's see if she comes back to the drop ball right down the gut. Change up, grounded to the third baseman. That's Jennings, and she throws it wildly to first, gets by Reed. So the error will give Mark Twain a runner at second with nobody out.
Number 7, Lila Tisher.
I think she had more time than she thought she had there, rushed the throw and put it up the line.
I agree. First error of the game for Bowling Green.
If you're Reed, you got to come off the bag and get that one, though.
So Charlton's going to have to bear down here as it's Tisher, Bowling, and Haley Clark as the first pitch is fouled back and hits the concrete wall and fires right back at the batter's box.
She had a duck. Had her own hit ball.
And Mr. Umpire Martinson's going to take a look and make sure that ball's still round, not football shaped after hitting that concrete wall.
And I say that about Reed, but I was a first base, and I was as guilty as anyone at not coming off the bag. That hits her.
That hits her. There's an echo here.
Number 11,
Third hit batsman by Charlton. And so first and second with nobody out. Yeah, teaching the first baseman to come off the base is one of the harder things because they have in their mind you got to keep your foot on the base.
Oh, and I love the highlight reel stretch. Oh, yeah. Now that I tear something doing the highlight reel stretch, so I come off the bag.
You might tear something walking to the car. So the team comes together, do the LadyCats, have a little chat, and let's see if they can shut things down here. Nobody out, first and second, as Mark Twain has something brewing again, and Maylee Bowling steps in. She struck out looking and reached on a fielder's choice. She'll bunt and reach on the it's a sacrifice as Charlton makes the play to the second baseman, Barnes at first.
She thought for a split second about going and trying for the lead runner there, and actually made the harder throw. She had to spin and go to first.
Yeah, I think you take the out, and you're down at the bottom part of the order, and there's a ground ball to the second baseman. The run's going to score. Barnes makes the play to first, 4-3 on the putout, but an RBI for Haley Clark, her third RBI of the game, as Harding comes in to score for Mark Twain, and it's a 5-4 game.
Now that tying run at third base with 2 outs.
Tigers not going away. In steps Amari Melvin, and that pitch inside nearly hits her again. Her drop ball's sliding to the inside on these right-handed batters. She's hit 3, walked 4 in the game. Next pitch, a drop ball fouled off to the left, and it's 1-1. Runner at third, 2 outs, 5-4. Bowling Green still on top. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Jim Ross, Mark Froelich with you. Glad to have you with us. Have a bunch of football tomorrow night for you as well.
Oh, yeah, we do.
The next pitch is a changeup. Looked like a jump shot that time. Hung up in the hand of Charlton. High for a ball. Makes it 2-1.
On our on-air game will be Vanfar hosting Louisiana. Vanfar 2-0. Louisiana 0-2. There's a ball.
Next drop ball inside. Makes it 3-1.
We'll also have full coverage online. Bowling Green 2-0. Taking on a Wright City 1-1. And then some game breaks from Illinois.
Base hit up the middle by Melbourne, and that'll drive in the tying run, making it 5-5. She kind of got jammed, but was able to muscle it up the middle. So 2 across now for Mark Twain, and in steps Adeline Means. And the first pitch is down for a ball. So, Mark Twain above their run average for the year offensively. And they're going to give Bowling Green all they want. As this ball's lined down the first baseline, just inside the bag to first. Around second and heading to third goes Melvin. She'll hold up at third. And we'll have first and third and 2 outs for the Tigers.
You don't see it very often, the ball bounce off the bag like that.
That was a bullet, though. That ball was hit hard. So in steps Emma Lane, and all she's tried to do is bunt all night.
It's going to take more than that now.
Going to have to do something. 2 outs in the inning, first and third. We're tied at 5 with 2 runs across here in the 5th for the Tigers. And she'll swing at the first pitch and fouls it off. Nearly clipped the on-deck batter.
That was way in on her hands, too. Had a weird sound to it.
Yeah, she was jammed pretty bad. She's got good speed if she can get the ball down. Be interesting to see if they want to run Means from first. And there's a bunt, and it barely trickles behind the plate as Dean was all over that, but it was foul. And the count now 0-2.
If the bases were loaded, and I'm Dean, I'm jumping out there and getting that ball before it goes foul, but she made the right decision here.
And a rise ball. Oh, they called it strike. It was on the outer half, but a strike 3 looking gets Bowling Green out of the inning. However, not before Mark Twain scores 2 runs in the inning on just 2 hits. And they've tied the score at 5. We head to the bottom of the 5th on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Pike County Title Company, Ambassador Plumbing Incorporated, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Everyone needs help with something at some point in their life. This is Tracy B. with PCHD, and I am here to remind you that we have certified community health workers staffed at our office that offer assistance for free to those who need help navigating local resources and more. Please don't hesitate to call 573-324-2111 to learn more, or visit our website at pikecountyhealth.org.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
Bottom of 5th at Clopton. Ellsbury leads the Lady Hawks 7-0 here. We're tied 5-5. We've got a ball game for you this fine Thursday evening. And Bowling Green will have the top of the order up. Dawson, Dean, and Barnes to try and break this tie and get their first win of the season. They're 0-5. Mark Twain 4-4 on the season.
We're at the bottom of the 5th inning, and we are tied.
Yeah, Bowling Green had all the momentum, and just a couple of odd plays again has it a tie game.
Well, we talked about giving away outs in the pregame, and Aaron, the hit batsman, gave them their 2 runners, and they scored. They always seem to come back and haunt you as Dawson fakes the bunt and takes the ball high. Here as we start the bottom of the 5th inning. Both teams don't play over the weekend. They'll play on Monday as Dawson grounds it up the middle. Nice play by the shortstop. Moss to first. Bang, bang play, but they got her.
Yeah, she had to race Dawson to first. She wasn't on the bag when that throw was coming across.
First out of the inning, and Carly Dean steps in. Dean's popped out twice, flew out to right, popped out to the shortstop. In the game so far, need a couple base runners as we're in the bottom of the fifth, tied at 5. Harding still on the hill for Mark Twain. A line drive to left field and a base hit for Carly Dean.
That almost skipped past the left fielder as well. That could have been 2 or 3 bases.
Yes, it did. Melvin had a little trouble, had to backhand it, and came up with it clean. As Dean's got a little speed. Yeah, she didn't run for a while.
So Dean will come out for a courtesy runner.
Looks like number 21, I think.
Yeah, that's Avery
Schumacher as the courtesy runner. And in steps Sadie Barnes, who is 0 for 2 tonight, grounded out twice. And the first pitch is a ball. Schumacher have speed?
Well, we know Dean does, so Schumacher must have more, right?
Well, she is the catcher, though, so they miss sometimes. There's the bunt. It's a sacrifice. Third baseman fumbles it, but throws to first. Oh, it's bobbled, and they're going to call her safe. As on the third goes Schumacher. So an error.
So, yeah, she has speed.
E3 that time as that hit her in the hands, and she couldn't corral it. She bobbled it. Barnes beat it out.
So first and third after error on the third baseman.
What did he do, call her out at first? Oh, she ran to second, and they threw her out at second. We were talking about the play. There's a line drive to center and caught by center fielder Lane, and that'll do it for the inning. My goodness. So Barnes took off to second and got thrown out for the second out of the inning. Jennings hits a line drive dead at the center fielder, and what seemed to be promising for the LadyCats ends up in no runs. A hit in the inning, no runs across. We're tied at 5. We head to the 6 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, La Crosse Lumber Company, and Sudsy Tub.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Everyone needs help with something at some point in their life. This is Tracy B. with PCHD, and I am here to remind you that we have certified community health workers staffed at our office that offer assistance for free to those who need help navigating local resources and more. Please don't hesitate to call 573-324-2111 to learn more, or visit our website at pikecountyhealth.org.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Noah Builders, Castile's Color Wheel, Eagles Nest Inn, and People's Savings Bank.
We're tied at 5. We head to the top of the 6th, and Mark Twain's back at the top of the order. Ella Moss will lead off. She's got 2 hits in the game so far. She's had Charlton's number, struck out looking, however, in the second. First pitch is swung on, and a chinker pop-up, and Charlton comes in and makes the grab.
Yep, just hung up there long enough, high enough for Charlton to come in and get. And, you know, we talked about it. You can't try and do too much when you're in the midst of a losing streak. I think that last half inning, Bowling Green tried to do too much, ran out of an inning.
Yeah, you got first and third and 1 out, and a silly play going to second, trying to catch them sleeping. Now, if it works, it's great, right? Yeah. But if it doesn't, you're asking yourself a bunch of questions.
Mm-hmm.
The first pitch is swung on and missed by Jenna Ross as the umpire tries to show where the batter's box should be, as those lines are long gone. As Ross is right on top of the plate, she'll square around and bunt again. Charlton fields it backhands, throws to first. Bang, bang play at first, but she's out. 1-4 if you're scoring. And 2 outs in the inning.
Good hard throw.
Yeah.
Took every bit of that to get her in a good stretch at first base by the second baseman covering.
That brings up Sid Charlton's counterpart, Brownwin Harding. She lines the base hit between third and short for her first hit of the game.
It seems like both teams swinging earlier in the count as this game has gone on.
You know, I've always been an advocate of that because you're not at the major league level. So what are these high school pitchers trying to do? Get ahead, right? So get ready to hit on that first pitch. Change up, line down the third baseline and fair. It'll go into the corner, corralled by Chandler. She'll get it in quickly, but it'll be a stand-up double for Lila Tischer. And the Tigers back in business, however, with 2 outs.
Go ahead run at third base.
And that'll bring in Maylee Bowling. She is hitless so far tonight.
Hit into a fielder's choice in the third, sacrificed in the fifth.
See if she can move the ball somewhere now. She flies it high in the air. Going back is Barnes, just into the grass, makes the catch for the second baseman, and that'll do it for the inning. The Tigers strand 2, but they're unable to get a run across. We stay at 5-5 here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Mike Henry Excavating, Pogue Chevy Buick in Hannibal, and Service and Supply Co-op.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
The best coverage of area high school sports is on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Ackles Farm Market, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
Well, it becomes a question of who's going to crack first now as we get late in this ball game into the bottom of the 6th. We're tied at 5. Both teams had opportunities in their last inning and squandered them. And so the Lady Cats will send Charlton, Hustedy, and Reed. And that combinations scored have been responsible for all 5 runs for the Bobcats here tonight.
Yeah, you get runners to second and third, and still that was just a 6-pitch inning, and that means the batters were being pretty aggressive for Mark Twain last half.
So Charlton steps in as Harding singled off of her in the last half. Let's see if Charlton can return the favor. The first pitch is a strike called.
Off speed outside corner.
We're in the bottom of the 6th, tied at 5. Change up, curveball, I guess maybe, way high.
Yeah, they're just going away to Sid.
Wind is negligible. Next pitch high and away as well, so it's 2-1. Head in the count. Now you look for the pitch you want, in the spot you want, and you let it fly. Harding with the next pitch. Rise ball up and away. It's 3-1. Well, you don't want to put her on if you're Harding.
Yeah, it's the potential go-ahead run.
Bowling Green will take a free pass if they can get it.
You fall behind now. You only have one chance to get it back.
Charlton with a mighty cut at that 3-1 pitch. Came up empty, and the count is full. Let's see if she can put it in play somewhere. The next pitch is high and away. She'll take a walk. Walk number 4 in the game, I believe.
Is that her third time reaching on a walk?
That is her third walk. She's had a good eye.
So 0 for 0 for Sid Charlton today with 3 walks.
So Husteddy's hit the ball hard tonight, and let's see what they're going to do with her. If they're going to bunt and try and get Charlton to second to get that runner in scoring position. She is the go-ahead and potential winning run. Husteddy's reached on an air and grounded out on a hard-hit ball to the second baseman. She'll square around. She gets the bunt down. Third baseman feels it and will throw it to first. So the sacrifice is good for Hustedy. It moves Charlton to second. And in steps Sarah Reed. She's been the RBI machine so far tonight. She's got 3 of the 5 runs driven in. And let's see if she can do it again. She singled back in the 4th, and she hits one between the hole between short and third. The left fielder bobbles it, and Charlton will score. Now Reed tries to go to second, and she'll get there. So an error on the left fielder after the base hit, an RBI, number 4 for Reed. And Bowling Green back on top, 6-5 with a runner in scoring position.
That's exactly what the Lady Cats needed.
Hayden Chandler's had 2 hits tonight. Let's see if she can add to her great evening. And what are we going to do? We're going to have a pinch runner, it looks like, for Reed. Well, maybe not.
I think they just wanted to talk.
Well,
nope. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, Coach Jane acted like somebody needed to put a helmet on. And
coming out is
Miley Thompson.
Yeah.
Will pinch run for Sarah Reed. Of course, you can re-enter in high school softball, so you expect Reed to come back in at first. Although Thompson was taking ground balls at first in pregame warm-ups. And we got to wait for Mr. Martinson to get his lineup straight.
Well, Miley was listed as the flex in the early version of the lineup card, so for Reed.
First pitch fouled back by Hayden Chandler. As I mentioned, she's got 2 hits, got an RBI. Can she push this other run across? An insurance run would sure be nice for the Lady Cats, trying to get their first win of the season. Next pitch is off speed. Swung on and missed, makes it 0-2. 1 out in the inning. Thompson, the pinch runner, at second. 6-5 our score with a run already across for the Lady Cats. The 0-2 pitch from Harding. Swung on and missed, struck her out. Exactly what the doctor ordered if you're a Mark Twain
The third
fan.
pitch was dropped. They got the out at first, but that allowed the runner to go to third base.
So, move it up 60 feet is good, but 2 outs in the inning, and Brooke Hickerson steps in. She's hitless so far tonight. Let's see if she can do some damage here. Swung on and missed. Oh, actually fouls it back. Caught by the catcher for the first strike. Grounded back to the pitcher and flew out to the left fielder, did Hickerson so far tonight. The next pitch, rise ball up and away. He was count at 1-1. 2 outs in the inning. Run across for Bowling Green. They lead 6-5. Thompson at third. They could use an insurance run here in the bottom of the 6th. The next pitch, fouled straight back, and it's 1-2.
I was ready for that one. It didn't quite make it up here.
You don't have your glove.
I got my hands. They're just as good.
Okay. Wait a minute. Remember Van Far a couple of years ago. I've seen you in action. The 1-2 pitch is a rise ball out of the zone, makes it 2-2.
So you know my skills.
Yeah, you didn't catch it. You about knocked everything over.
No, I caught that one. At Van Far, yeah, I caught that one.
1 on, 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch is high, makes it a full count.
Or was that the one in Louisiana I caught? I think it was at Van Far. I've been known to make a play or two.
So you say. The 3-2 pitch fouled straight back. You got me choked up talking about that.
You know, when we talk about the good old days, Jim, you tend to get choked up.
Just happy I can still remember them. Still a full count, 2 outs. Hickerson. Let's see if she can move the ball inside, ball 4.
She's on base for the first time tonight.
Walk number 5 for Harding, and that brings up Dawson, which Mark Twain did not want to get to Dawson.
No.
First and third, 2 outs. I can't imagine they won't run.
I haven't noticed.
Hickerson.
Is that Liv Dawson's walk-up music? Little Barracuda heart?
I couldn't hear it. I'm going to trust what you say because you're a music aficionado. So Dawson steps in after Barracuda. 2 outs in the inning. Let's see if Hickerson wants to run. She does. A fake bunt. They'll let her run freely. So second and third, 2 outs now for Bowling Green. Leading 6-5. Dawson walked, flew out to right field. and grounded out to short. Next
Ooh.
pitch, that was like behind her head, wasn't it?
It was above her head for sure.
She didn't move. She didn't even hardly flinch, and it's 2-0. I'm not sure I wouldn't put her on. Well, maybe not. Carly Dean got a hit the last time up. You're at the top of the order, so Mark Twain in a bit of a pinch here. Dawson's going to move the ball somewhere, more than likely.
Good job laying off that one, make it 3-0.
If she gets a pitch to hit, right? The lights are on now. Starting to get dark earlier these days. The 3-0 pitch, she'll take it. It's right down central. Makes it 3-1.
You know, we've had a few mistakes on both sides, but this has been a good ball game. I've enjoyed this.
It's been entertaining. You're right. Next pitch, Dawson tries to bunt it, and it's foul. Gobbled up by Tisher at third, but it's about a foot outside the foul line, and it makes it a full count at 3-2. Runners will not go anywhere from second and third, and Dawson pops it up back out of play. Doesn't strike out much, does Dawson, so I would expect to see her at least put it in play somewhere if it's over the strike zone. Got a good eye. The 3-2 pitch again is way off the plate, and they load the bases. Walk number 6 for Harding. That's the big thing about this game, Mark, really. I mean, we've had a couple of errors, and as Coach Asbury will come out and get his troops together and chat about it, but Charlton's walked 4 and hit 3, and now Harding's walked 6. I mean, those free batters, boy, you can't give up that many free at bats in a fast pitch softball game and expect to be very successful defensively. As the score would indicate, 6-5, Bowling Green on top. They're in business. Bases loaded. Carly Dean steps in. She singled her last time up on a hard hit ball.
Good speed on the base pass, too.
Let's see if she can repeat that base hit. The first pitch is up and away, well outside of the zone, as Harding seems to have lost the strike zone. All of a sudden, Louisiana defeats Van Far 10-0 tonight. Next pitch, fouls straight back. My goodness, she had a great cut at that, did Dean. So Louisiana raises their record to 4-1 on the season.
Good start for the Lady Dogs.
Yeah. Let's see if Bowling Green can get their first one here. The next pitch, Dean pops it up. Back behind second. Moss says she's got it, and she does. So the pop out to the shortstop ends the inning. So a lot of action in the inning, but no runs across, and they'll leave 3 runners on base. We're going to the 7th. Mark Froelich will have it for you. Bobcats lead 6-5 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Hayden's Motorsports, Geeky Hillbilly, and the Twin Pike Family YMCA.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Central State Bank believes in more than just banking. Central State Bank's team takes the time to understand your unique needs and goals, and they're proud to be part of the community, actively supporting local businesses and events. Enjoy state-of-the-art banking technology for easy and secure online and mobile banking. Join thousands of satisfied customers who've made the switch to Central State Bank and experience the personal touch and professional service that set them apart. Visit one of the convenient locations in Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Kinderhook, Quincy, and Clayton. Central State Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Geared Up, Community State Bank of Missouri, and Barnes Roots and Herbs.
Last chance for the Mark Twain Tigers. They trail Bowling Green 6-5 as we go to the 7th inning, and they've got the right people up. Jim Ross, Haley Clark, 3 RBIs, Melvin with an RBI. So that's been the majority of your offense. Even Means in that 8 spot has an RBI hit by pitch in this ball game. So they got the folks that have gotten it done. up in a position to tie or take the lead here.
Yeah, no question about it. And Charlton will have to bear down and don't give them any free passes. Make them earn what they get.
Sydney Charlton, a bad first inning. Since then has been pretty good. 93 pitches over her first 6 innings, and now Harding is caught up. She's thrown 84 through 6. First pitch is outside to start the top of the 7th inning to Lauren Haley Clark. The catcher, where's number 19, bats from the right-hand side.
Got a hit and a walk, and as you mentioned, 3 RBIs.
Swinging and a miss. Went fishing outside, even to count at 1-1.
She is the catcher, just a junior. As I mentioned in the pregame, only one senior, Harding, the pitcher.
That's a swing and a miss, just like the previous pitch outside.
Well, as we mentioned, she stands way away from the plate.
And that just missed.
Really good drop ball on the outside corner, close. Really good 1-2 pitch.
Looked like the home plate umpire wanted to ring her up for a second. You're that far outside, and then you got that split hand, and that one fouled at the plate, still 2-2. It really, it shortens your swing, and you're already so far away from the plate.
Yeah, her plate coverage is, she's got to dive in, so you think she'd be susceptible to something down and in.
Outside, 3-2.
Can't give him a free one. Make her hit this. She gets on by a base hit, good for her.
Yep. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here to start the 7th, and this one is hit to the second baseman. Good play coming over by Barnes. Over to Reed, and that's the first out. 4-3 on the putout. There's one away.
Yeah, good play. She went to her knees, and it was in the hole towards first and able to corral it and throw from her knees.
That'll bring in Amaris Melvin, the left fielder.
She's had a hit and 3 trips, go along with a walk.
This one grounded to the shortstop. Up with it is Dawson. Throw fired across. She's got a gun, and there's 2 away.
She loaded up that one, didn't she?
She had to, too. Melvin was going down the line.
I think she took an extra crow hop just to make it interesting,
Yeah.
so she could gun it, right?
6-3 on the put out, and down to their last out are the Mark Twain Tigers, and it'll be Adeline Means, the first baseman. The pitch from Charlton, outside for ball 1.
Means singled her last trip up, was hit by a pitch, and popped out to the shortstop in this game.
1 ball, no strike pitch. Here it comes. Lifted out of play onto the baseball diamond on the first base side, 1-1. Means gets on. Amberly Lane will bat, and that one swung on and missed. She was fooled.
Yeah.
1-2.
Another one of those halfway through her swing. Uh-oh, this is way out of the zone.
Down to their last strike are the Tigers. That one fouled out of play. The game continues.
Charlton working ahead. Had, 2 innings in a row, or an inning, last inning with very few pitches. Similar thing going on here. Is
this one lifted toward right, moving back and making the catch is Husteddy, and this ball game comes to an end. A come-from-behind victory, the first of the season for the Bowling Green LadyCats, 6-5 over Mark Twain, who falls to 4-5. We'll have the postgame for you next on Eagle 102 Sports.
The Eagle 102 Sports postgame show is coming up on KJFM Radio.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Pike County Title Company, Ambassador Plumbing Incorporated, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Castile Color Wheel has been proudly serving Pittsfield and the surrounding community since 1950 and is an expanded retail area. They began as a paint retailer handling Benjamin Moore and Pittsburgh paints, developing into a full-service decorating center, including wall coverings and Hunter Douglas custom window treatments. Castile over the years has expanded with home decor, high-quality gift items, bridal and baby registry, an upscale ladies and children's boutique, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., and Saturday 8 until noon. Let Castiles be your one-stop shop, located just off the northwest corner of the square in Pittsfield.
Noah Builders in Silex is a proud supporter of all area athletes. They're a small, locally owned contractor with over 25 years of experience in custom and new home construction. Noah Builders wants to take your forever home plan and make it a reality. Call or visit Noah Builders at noahbuildersinc.com.
The Eagles Nest Inn Bed and Breakfast in downtown Louisiana is under new ownership. It's been updated and offers its own unique charm. Our historic venue is perfect for weddings, celebrations, and gatherings. Make your special moments unforgettable. Call or book online at theeaglesnestinbb.com.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, and Pepsi.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports post-game show on KJFM Radio.
Bowling Green grabs their first win of the season, 6-5 over Mark Twain. And exciting game. It was Mark Twain that struck first with 3 in the top of the first inning, helped by some errors, some walks, and some hit by pitches. Bowling Green gets back within 1 with 2 in the bottom of the second, and then pulled ahead with 3 in the fourth. But then Mark Twain tied it up with 2 in the fifth. Bowling Green gets 1 more across in the 6th inning, an RBI hit by Reed. And Sarah had a big night. She had, 4 of the 6 runs driven in. And
Right.
and it was kind of she was going to bat, but we didn't know if she was going to be flexed, be the designated player. She ends up playing both sides, and I think it got her into the game.
She did have 2 hits, 4 RBIs, one of them being the game winner. And as you mentioned, finally gets Bowling Green off the schneid. They get their first win of the season.
Nail biter type fashion. We didn't know. You grab the 5-3 lead, immediately surrender it the very next half inning, and you're like, here we go again. If you're Bowling Green, but this time they stuck with it and got the decisive run.
Yeah, very entertaining game. 6 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Bowling Green, 5 left on base. Mark Twain, 5 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors in the game, 9 left on base. So that's their Achilles heels, the 9 left on base for Mark Twain. And Charlton, the winning pitcher, Sid, 7 innings. She walked 4, hit 3, and struck out 5. Loss goes to Harding. She struck out nobody and walked 6 in the game, and only had 5 of the 6 runs were earned. So a very entertaining game. Very entertaining game. Like you mentioned, maybe not the cleanest game we've ever seen, but fun to watch. A lot of base
It was definitely a conference game.
Right. A lot of base runners, a lot of action on the bases, people trying to steal and take extra bases and all kinds of crazy things, if you will. And Bowling Green comes out on top.
And for the LadyCats, 1-5 sounds a lot better than 0-6, that's for sure.
It does.
And a 6-5 victory over Mark Twain. We'll take a break, come back with more of the post-game show for you after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, La Crosse Lumber Company, and Sudsy Tub.
This is Tara Grody, and People's Savings Bank is excited to announce the Bobcat debit card. People's Savings Bank believes in giving back to the communities we serve, and that begins with the school district. Every time you use your Bobcat debit card as a credit, People's Savings Bank will give the school district 5 cents. That may not sound like a lot of money, but since starting this program 6 years ago, PSB has been able to give back over $120,000. Open an account online at ourpsb.com or stop by our branch. We are the one with a bright blue roof. Start earning the Bowling Green School District money today just by using your debit card. Member FDIC.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Sailor and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports come health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Casey Sutton, certified athletic trainer with Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Follow Area High School Sports on KJFM Radio, brought to you by One Multi-Sports Complex. Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Sheila Clucky, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
6-5, Bowling Green over Mark Twain, and the victory, the first of the season for Bowling Green, couldn't have come at a better time because they're about to go on the road next week at Hannibal, at Montgomery County, at Palmyra. Then you got that rescheduled three-team cluster, the leftovers of the Troy Buchanan tournament, and then at Silex, at Capital City, at Van Far. Their next regular season home game isn't until October 1st.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
And you're staring straight down the barrel of districts on when you get to October 1st. Mark Twain will be on the road at Herman on Monday. A couple other scores for you. Louisiana goes to 4-1 as they defeat Van Far 10-0, and Ellsbury goes into Clopton, a much improved Clopton team, but Ellsbury handles them 10-0 as well. This game, 1 hour and 26 minutes, so for as many runs as we had. Pretty quick softball game.
Yeah, real quick softball game. Tomorrow night, of course, Friday night football, week 3 football. And our on-air game of the week will be Van Far hosting Louisiana, the Indians 2-0, the Bulldogs 0-2. We'll also have full coverage online of Bowling Green 2-0 taking on 1-1 Wright City, and game breaks from Pittsfield as well. So a full night of week 3 football action tomorrow, 6:30 pre-games right here on Eagle 102 Sports. Good one, 6-5, Bowling Green over Mark Twain in Thursday afternoon softball. For Jim Ross, Mark Fronick saying we'll see him tomorrow for more sports right here on Eagle 102 Sports.
You've been listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Join us each week as we bring you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102 Sports, all from your area sports leader, KJFM Radio. Broadcasting from the KJFM Radio Barn at 102.1, this is KJFM Louisiana Bowling Green, Eagle 102.
Your all-time favorites.